When I was in college, my first fight, I knocked the guy out pretty bad, really bad. You know, he was out for like 3 to 4 minutes, and that scared him. You know, that scared me too. You know, I didn't know I could do that. I always say it's my mom's fault. She gave me a twin brother, put me in wrestling at 4 years old, so I'm not sure where else I could have gone. My dad and a bunch of his friends, they wanted to get a wrestling club going. So when I was 4 years old, they started a wrestling club, and my favorite part was going to the cities and whooping up on the city boys, you know, coming from the country. Once I started, I fell in love with it early and, you know, never looked back. I was a bit of a crazy kid. I think, you know, I loved competition. I was really competitive as a child. You know, just seeing the sacrifice that my parents made early on, you know, for us as kids, really, for me, you know, made me, you know, respect them a whole lot more. They always led from the front. And, you know, seeing my parents work so hard to provide for us, you know, and I see no reason why I should, you know, not work just as hard.
The energy in the building's gonna be insane. I got the perfect dance partner for this shit. We're both gonna go out there, try to hurt each other. I don't care how much he likes me or how I like him. Our job is to fucking hurt each other, and that's what we're here for.
You know, when I take myself back to 2017, and I just signed with the UFC, you know, I never would have thought that I would be on posters like this. You know, you never know what to expect, but, you know, I came in with high hopes, but you just never know in this sport. It's such a crazy sport. I don't know when it clicked, because I don't think there was ever a point when it clicked that this is what I was gonna do. It was just really one at a time, and then all of a sudden I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing now, so. I picked 12 weeks out on a calendar and work out every single week as hard as I can, you know, 2 or 3 times a day to be ready for this situation. And, you know, whenever you're in there and you're expecting 25 minutes or 15 minutes and, you know, it's over. So many people want you to be successful. You obviously want to be successful, but the name of the game is it's just not, it's not possible to be successful 100% of the time, so. You got to shield yourself, you know, from something. So all the pressure, you know, you try not to think about that. You know, but if you do think about that, that becomes too large, you know, something that a person can't handle. So ultimately, I just try to break it down and pick 3 or 4, maybe 5 things that I know I can control.
Time to shine. It'll be great.
In general, I try to stay as even, you know, with my excitement or my, you know, my downturns when it comes to emotions as least as possible. You know, I think when I win, the higher I go, the lower I'm going to have to go maybe 1 or 2 weeks later.
Good time, man. Gaethje.
It's gonna be great, JT.
Because there's a yin and yang to every single thing, especially our emotions. So that's how I stay so grounded, is by never allowing myself to go too high or too low. And, you know, take some enjoyment out of some things, but, you know, I think it's worth it.
Absolutely. We have the best job in the world.
We're
There's
definitely
no doubt.
living the dream.
He gets in there, he competes. You know, my favorite part of what we do is, like, we go out there, we prepare, we do all the hard work. But my favorite part, you know, I never care about the outcome. It's me being able to get to see him in his realm. And when he gets underneath the lights in a fight, it's one of the most special processes, because he enjoys it so much. Like, even in this last fight when he sat down and I didn't know he had a broken nose, and I was like, bro, your nose is broke as fuck. And I was like, are you good? He's like, I'm good, let's go.
I bet you $10 you can't two-putt that. The wind's blowing it. Keep going. 1 hole down, boys. Yeah, I mean, so it sounds really foreign to compare golf to what I do fighting, but I mean, it's so much you against you. You know, you're trying to worry about all these things outside of what's directly in your situation or scenario, and it distracts you and it causes you to do all these crazy wacky things. So I just love the challenge of being focused and staying mentally focused and trying to get better and trying to grow.
Breaks that. I don't know what that is.
Hey, how does that break? You guys happy? I just watched.
What'd you end up shooting?
I shot 46, Tanner shot a 45, but I beat him on number 9. I pressed him, so we broke even.
So yeah, no money.
I got these 6 Sauer art games coming up. I did the 6 Sauer hunter games last year. That was fun. We definitely did not train as much as we should have. But this year, we're setting up tomorrow at a range for, I think, 8 hours. And we're definitely going to be ready to shoot.
0.3 and a shot now.
All right, the target on the left, right?
You got 8 minutes. There you go.
I grew up in the country. We hunt deer, we hunt elk, we fish. That's just what I grew up doing.
Over gripped here. We want to be 100% target focused.
The activity of hunting or fishing is really fun, but more so the social, the gathering that you get with your family and all your friends. Come from a small place. I just had a mural painted of me in my hometown on Main Street. Like, it's all really surreal that, fighting people has got me all these things. So I just really have learned, I'm gonna miss it when it's gone. Like, every time someone asks me for a picture, I'm, pumped to do it. Would never think someone would, like, as a kid, if I were to, see myself now and see people wanting to video me driving and taking pictures with me, like, it's all really a surreal experience. So I'm just trying to, and I know I'm gonna miss it when it's gone. Time moves on and people really forget, and I'm getting to enjoy this right now, so I'm taking it all in.
Short, quick.
The only reason I'm here is because I had such a supportive group of people around me, all the coaches that I've been blessed with, my family. And I also have experienced other people that didn't have what I had, and it just took one person to light a fire under their ass, and then they started to make better choices for themselves and for their future self. And so I think if I could be that for anybody, what my parents were for me, just a source of inspiration and a source of self-worth. And life is hard, but it's up to you. You can truly control your destiny with the choices you make today. So if I could be that for people, then that's what I'm here for.
Yeah!